Once again, scientists have found high levels of polonium in Yasser Arafat's body, specifically 10 times the normal levels in his chest bone. Their results were similar to Swiss scientists before them, but unlike the Swiss, the findings inside this secret French dossier do not support the theory that the Palestinian leader was poisoned. The French judiciary does not want the results to be made public, but Al Jazeera has obtained access to its conclusions. It says the measurements of polonium-210 in Arafat's body are, quote, compatible with a natural environmental origin. Yasser Arafat's widow is mystified.
I'm not convinced that he was not poisoned. I'm not convinced that there's nothing. We can't just close the file and be convinced that he died, just normal death.
Her lawyer questions the French conclusion.
I'm very disappointed that the French have followed a very, very narrow approach, whereas the Swiss approach was more comprehensive, thorough, and very credible. They are the only experts in the world who have gone everywhere in order to assess where the truth is.
As Al Jazeera first reported in July 2012, Swiss scientists found polonium in Arafat's blood and urine stains. Those samples came from the clothes he wore in his final days back in 2004. That led Arafat's widow Suha to file a criminal complaint in France. 1 month later, 3 French magistrates began an investigation. One of their first tasks was to travel to Ramallah. Al Jazeera filmed this exclusive footage of the judges on their way to the West Bank city in November last year. Days later, 3 teams took away 20 samples each after the exhumation of Arafat's remains. For the last year, French and Swiss scientists have been testing the Palestinian leader's bones for polonium, along with a Russian group invited by the Palestinian Authority. In November, Al Jazeera revealed the Swiss scientists had found at least 18 times the normal level of the radioactive element in his remains. Al Jazeera also released the Russian results, which were inconclusive. Here in France, the law prohibits the publication of the French forensic report. That makes it even more difficult for outsiders to work out the contradictions between the French and the Swiss experts. Now, there's indication that there's a separate track that the French judges are pursuing. They're looking into the issue of who may have killed Arafat. Al Jazeera has learned there's a list of individuals the judges are seeking to question, and that suggests that this investigation is not yet over. Clayton Swisher, Al Jazeera, Paris.